Hey guys, welcome back to another strategy testing video. Today I got an exciting one, something that I've been working on. So I do want to share this with you. I do want to get some of your ideas back. It's a work in progress right now, but I think the base idea behind this way of betting is very good. Okay, but of course, let me know what you guys think about this. I want to show you something before we jump into the strategies. Today's strategy, I'm just going to name it expanding zones. So very similar to like the New York slices I did, but with more a progressive approach, meaning that we're going to start with a core bet. Our core bet's going to be 12 number coverage, and then it's going to progress and it's going to go into another tier depending if we accumulate losses, therefore expanding the zone. So up on the screen right here, you can see that the first core bet is going to cover these numbers. We got 6, and the idea behind this is no gaps. I don't have any gaps in these zones. Okay, so we got 6 zone coverage on one side of the board, and on the direct opposite, we have 6 numbers for a total of 12 numbers, a 12 number coverage to start. This is our core bet. It's going to have a progression in itself. If we accumulate enough losses, then that triggers the next tier. The next tier, this is why I'm calling it expanding zones. So I'm specifically using an American 00 wheel because of the layout. The layout allows me to expand the zones without creating any gaps. So the next one that goes in would be right here. You'd see that 000. So everyone that loves the 000, you go ahead and cover that. Okay, so that's the next one. So after that, we're slowly expanding. So that split bet goes in, covering the 000. The next split bet that goes in on a loss is going to be that 1-2 split bet, as you can see right here that I'm highlighting. And then, of course, it goes 13-14 next, just like that. And then it has different progressions depending where the level is, because there's going to be a ratio to each of those split bets that go in, because we're going to start with a double street coverage. So let me slide this out of the way and let's jump into it, and I'll explain as we go. We got a total of 14 levels, and I set the bankroll for 1,000 here. Again, this is very infancy stages of development with this strategy. I just want to throw that idea out there because you guys always give great feedback, and we like to spitball ideas on this channel, making strategies better. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it, and just show you real quick. We are starting at base 0 is the stats, and we're trying to make some money. So let's see how this pans out. We are going 7-10 split, not $100. We're starting out at $1. So 7-10 double street. And then we're going 25-28 double street, spin number 1 and level number 1. So core bet's going to have 3 levels. If we get 3 misses and we're not in profit within those 3 levels, it triggers the expansion. Okay, so we start off with the win. We'll take it, rebet, spin again. This is spin number 2, and we're up $4 in profit. All right, we get a miss right there. So level 2, simply add another unit on the 2 double streets. Again, we're starting with a $12 total bet. 12 numbers covered. We're on level 2, so only $4 total bet. And we get 17 black. 17 black is another miss. So next level, we go up 1 more unit. Very basic on this core bet. But the idea is we want to be hitting those zones. And let's see what we get here. I believe that's another miss. Yep, there's another miss. Okay, so this is triggering the next phase. The next phase is we're going to start to expand that area, right? Therefore, slowly increasing that zone coverage, making it harder and harder for that ball to miss. That's the idea behind it. All right, so we're going to simply rebet. We're keeping our bet size at $3 on the double streets. Now we're adding the next split bet at $1, right? So the ratio right now is 3-1. So we spin again. This is level 4, and currently -8. All right, $11 coming back to us, and let's check stats. We are up to 3. Our session high was 4. We're gonna hold our bet right here and spin again. All right, there's a miss, so we're going to continue expanding the zones. Repeat the bet, and we're going to add in the 1-2 split, and we're still keeping that ratio at 3 on the double streets, 1 on the split bets. Let's spin again, see what we get here. 15 black comes in, and there's a loss. Again, expanding the zone, so coverage stays here one more time with that ratio, 3-1. But we're going to add in our 13-14 split. We're at a $9 total bet. Let's see what we get here. And I did think about increasing the bet size in these early stages, but let me just repeat the bet real quick. You can see we start with 12 numbers covered, and we go up to 14, 16, 18. At this point, we have 18 numbers covered. Okay, so we are currently minus 21. We're going to repeat the bet. Now this is where the ratio changes. We're currently at 18 numbers. Now we're going to add in the next split, and these splits need to be added in sequential order, the way I'm showing it in the progression, because it's slowly stretching it out with no gaps. We're increasing that zone coverage with no gaps. So the next one that goes in is now the 35-34 split, and all split bets go up to 2 units at this point. And then now this double street was previously at 3. They now go up to $5. Okay, so total bets currently at 18. And we drop to minus 21. So not a hot start. And we get a 3. So there's another miss. Repeat the bet. We are now going to keep that ratio the same. We're just adding in the 23-24 split bet. 1, 2. You can see the rest are at 2. So $20 total bet at this point. And we got 22 numbers covered. And it keeps missing the zone. That's okay. That's why we test before we invest. We want to test these ideas to see if they're good, and then we go from there. All right, next split bet goes in at the 19-20 spot. And now all these go up to a $4 per split. And then the ratio is going to be 10-4. So now the double streets go up to a $10 bet. And we spin again. Minus 59. This is spin number 10. Okay, we finally got a hit. We're going to simply hold the bet here, spin again. $31 black comes in. And that's already came in twice in the last 3 spins. We got the miss, so we're going to have to expand again. So we're going to repeat this bet. And now we're adding in the 17-18 split. And all the split bets now go to 6. So very deep in the progression so far. Let's see, can it come back? Does it have the recovery power necessary to get us back into session high? Because right now, very long losing streak. I like when these happen, especially during tests, because it kind of shows you the volatility of a strategy. So we were previously at 10. Now we are on a 20-6 ratio. So these all go up to 20. These 2 double streets. And let's see what we get here. $82 total bet. And full expansion will cover a total of 30 numbers. All right, so we missed that one as well. So we're going to repeat the bet. Very bad luck so far. Now we are adding another split. That next split comes in at 5-6. And we go to 8 on all the split bets. And now these go to 20. Let me just go to 10. We're going from 20 to 30 there, and we spin again. Very bad run so far. 169 is where we're at, and we get a 12 red. There is a $56 return. We'll take it. Simply rebet, spin again. All right, $20 coming back. Repeat the bet, spin again. And $7 is a hit. We're not in session high. Because of all those losses, it's going to require us to go and grab quite a few. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 to get into a new session high. Let's see. 20 black comes in, hit the zone again. $20 coming back. We are at minus 17. And one more hit right here, we should be able to reset back to our base level bet. Again, this has been a horrific run. Ton of bad numbers came out right away. We only got a high of $4 in profit so far. 35 black is another part of that zone. $20 coming back. That did put us into at a new session. Oh, no. Session profit was at 4. That put us up 3. Let's hold it here one more time. Spin again. And we got the hit. So we are in new session high. We could definitely reset. New session highs at 59. After that long run, it did recover and come back. Okay. So now let's go ahead and go back to our base level bet. Our base level bet's going to be on the 2 dozens. Excuse me, the 2 double streets. $1 each. And let's see if we could get some early wins. That's what I was expecting. I did a little bit a mini test on my phone before recording this, and it panned out pretty good. That's why I was excited to share with you guys. So we should accumulate a lot more early hits. But again, it seems like, it just depends on the day, right? Some days this app rolls out a bunch of good numbers for you. Other days it seems like it's going to completely against you. But that's just roulette in general, right? So new session highs at $63. We got a loss right there. We are at spin 20 right there. We're going to repeat the bet. We're down to our core bet. This is our base core bet, and we are on the second level in the progression, simply adding 2 units on each of the double streets. All right, we got the hit right there. New session profit. We're going to go back to our base level bet. Reset at $1 a piece. So we are getting better luck now. Let's see how this finishes out. We're up 69. New session high. We get 20. That would be part of the zone if we were at full coverage, but we're not right now. So we're going to simply ladder up by 1 unit each of the dozen. I keep saying dozens. Each of the double streets. Excuse me. All right. Second level in the progression. Our high is 69. There's another miss. Simply repeat the bet. We're still on our core bet. 12 numbers, $3 each double street. And we got a loss right there. So we're going to have to add in the double 0 and 0. And then the ratio still stays 3-1. Okay. So total bet right here is $7. Total of 14 numbers. All right, we missed that one. And funny enough, that's the next bet that goes in. Now that we're expanding is the 1-2 split. Ratio still at 3 on the double street and 1 on the splits. 26 black comes in. There's a $10 return. Let's check stats. Stats are at 60. Our high was 69. Let's repeat, spin again. And 31 is a miss. We're going to go ahead and add in the 13, 14. And the ratio is still at 3-1. All right, $9 return. That put us up to 61. Our high was 69. Let's repeat, spin again. Let's see if we could grab another win and reset back to base. And we got it with the 0. Very few times you get excited when the 0 comes up. That's one of them. New session highs at $70. We go back to our base level bet, spin again. So again, resetting 1 unit on each of the double streets. This is spin number 30. We got 15 more to go before we wrap up the test. 33 black comes in, and that's going to be a miss. Back down to our core bet, second level in the progression, adding a unit apiece, and we spin. All right, we got a hit right there, $8 coming back, and we are at a new session profit of $76. We're going to our base level bet again. And let's see if we could grab a little streak right here. 32 red comes in and just missed that one, so we're going to level up. Now level 2, just adding $1 a piece. Very easy to follow. Once you get a hang of it, it's pretty easy. And back-to-back hits on that 32 red. That's back-to-back losses. We're going to simply repeat the bet. We're adding another unit. And this is the last. We're going up on those double streets before we start expanding. 21 red comes in. 21 red is a miss. So let's go ahead and pop in that 00. We're at 14 numbers covered. The zone slices are currently at 7 apiece. All right, another miss. Repeat the bet. The 1-2 goes in. Ratio stays the same. Total bet is $8. This is spin 35. Session high was 76, and we got the hit right there. $10 coming back. We're at 67. So let's hold the bet here. Spin again. And then one more hit. We'll be able to reset. We'll be back at our session high. And 33 is going to be a miss. All right. So 13-14 goes in. And we got 18 numbers covered. And that 31 hit again. I think that's like 5 times in this session. That's crazy. All right. Repeat. And now we go up the next level. This ratio is going to change now 5-2. We're going to add in the 35-36 at 2. All the other bets on the splits go up to 2 units. Now this double streak goes up to 5. $18 total bet. We have 20 numbers covered at this point. 26 black is a hit. And $12 coming back to us. Let's see if we could catch a streak and get another hit. Wins, you hold the bet, spin again. And we get 12 red. There's $12 coming back. Check stats. That put us at 74. That's near session profit. If I was personally playing this, I would reset at this point. Let's try to get back at session profit or above session profit. So let's see if we could grab one more win and we can reset. And we get 30 red. We got another hit. There's $12 coming back to us. That's going to reset us because we're in a new session profit of $86. And that was on spin number 40. So back to base we go. Back to base and keep it safe. Back to our core bet. All right, spin 41. There's a miss. Simply go up by 1 unit. Spin 42. All right, and if we don't go through the, we're not going to go through the full progression, but at the end of the video, I'll go over that. I know you guys can see it down there, but I just want to paint it out for a visual for you guys to actually see it. So we lost again, so we're going to go up 1 more unit on the double streets, and we spin again. So very similar concept to some of you guys are familiar with Kentucky White's moving corners. You constantly add more bets, therefore decreasing your odds of losing, increasing your odds of hitting. So that's why I built it like this. I think the progression can be played around a little bit. We are in a new session high of $92. And we were, what was that? Spin 43. Let's go back to base for our last couple spins. And this is spin 44. Let's see if we could grab a couple wins right here. Would be nice. And we did. 27 red came in. Beautiful. All right. Repeat the bet. Spin again. New session high is at 96. Let's see if we could get a smooth 100. Last spin, 13 black comes in. That's a miss. No worries. Let's review and see what's going on. So we got 45 spins on this test. We did max out we peaked out at $96 in profit. We did dip down quite a bit, right? I got written down right here. We went down minus 169. I think that's very unlikely as you're increasing coverage to get that, accumulate that many misses, but you could still see that it bounced back. It did recover. One keynote, something that I was thinking about while I was playing on this. These first levels in the progression, your core bet, these could go up. They don't have to go up aggressively, right? But the thing is, so once you hit this is our first level. Second level, you simply go up 1. I'm going to explain where the change I think should be made. Then you go up to 3 on each. At this point, we start adding in our split bets. Okay, maybe at this point, these double streets should go in as well, maybe going up a unit. But you would have to figure it out, because since you're playing a combination of the double streets and a combination of the split bets, you want to make sure that ratio is proper, right? You want to, if you want any number in the zone to be a profit, you're going to want to make sure that ratio is right. So I'm going to continue to play around with this, but let me just go through the whole progression. So now we are there. Currently, I have the ratio 3-1. The next part is we're adding in the 1-2 split. From there, we go 13-18. At this point, the ratio is at 3-1. So 3 on the double streets, 1 on the splits. We're at an 18 number coverage at this point. Okay. From here, the ratio changes 5-2. These now go up to 5 each. And then we're going to add in another split. That split bet goes. And remember, it's important to follow the sequence of adding these split bets, because it's slowly growing that zone coverage. So now these go up to 2, right? And then again, get a loss. We're going to add in another split bet. 23-24 goes in at $2. And then from here, it also stays at $5 on the double streets. Now, from here, it goes and changes every time you get a loss. From here, it goes now 7 on the double streets. And these all go up to 3. All up to 3. And then from here, you're going to add in the 19-20, right? 19-20 goes in. That's at 3. Now from here, you add in 17-18. And all split bets are now at $6. And then the double streets are going to go up to $20. And then after this, you go to your full coverage. Your full coverage is going to add in the last split, which is going to be your 5-6 split. So remember, our core bet is 12. We're starting at 12 and we're slowly expanding those zones. And you can see we got 12. Add all these split bets. Now we're at 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Okay, that's going to be full coverage. With that being said, let me know what you guys think about this. At this level, what you're going to want to do is double. And I didn't put to make it past that, because through my small testing on my phone, it really wasn't going that far. It wasn't going that high in the progression. So that's why I didn't really do much more. But I think I can stretch it out to maybe even, more than 14 levels, maybe pushing it out to maybe 20 levels. Again, you don't want to add too many levels in the progression, because if you do that, then you start requiring too many wins for you to recoup all your previous losses, if that makes sense. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have anything to add to this, let me know. I think this is a good solid base, and I think the idea is better than the actual progression. I think this progression needs a little bit more work and fine tuning, but of course, that's why I post everything. I post the good, the bad, the ugly. Let me know what you guys think about this, and if you have any adjustments to it. And like always, guys, till next time, be cool, stay cool, peace.